Welcome to the BlackHat edition of CyberBytes, the podcast. I'm your host, Joseph Cooper, co-founder of Aspiron Search. I get to sit down with Aviv Yehezkel, CTO and co-founder at Cynamics. Aviv is a true genius, finishing his PhD at the age of 23, fascinated by machine learning, mathematics and computer science. He founded Cynamics with Eyal and has recently been crowned Forbes 30 under 30. Cynamics is the first ever network sample-based cybersecurity solution and is revolutionising the network detection and response space.
All right, we're on. Introducing Aviv Yehezkel, CTO at Cynamics. How are you, mate? You good?
I'm very good, yes. Thank you for having me.
No, pleasure's all mine, mate. I know you got in a couple of days ago, so over the jet lag,
yes,
which is good.
Completely over, yeah.
Yeah, nice. I saw you had Charles Kim at your office in Tel Aviv.
Exactly.
Last week, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was very good. We are working very closely with NVIDIA on our partnership, providing our combined solutions, Cynamics and NVIDIA, network detection and response for the largest networks out there. For the first time, like the largest data centers of the world can have full network coverage and visibility and detection and response by using Cynamics and NVIDIA combined solution. Until now, they were completely blind spotted. The networks are just too big. The number of devices, the number of endpoints, the traffic volumes, the architecture is super messy and complex and complicated. And there was no way to cover this enormous networks with the existing legacy approach of the NDR, of network detection and response, which is completely appliances, completely boxes based. Now, just do the math, like the highest scale appliances out there can process about 50 gigabit per second, okay? And a data center, a modest data center can have like about 100 terabit per second. It's like order of magnitude higher. It means you need like hundreds of appliances, many hundreds of appliances to cover the entire, like very small, modest data center. Yeah. No one can do it. No one can afford it. Not from the economical, financial perspective, not from the overhead on the network, not from the complexity on the team and the staff. And the reality is a daily compromise. And with this new solution that we offering now together with NVIDIA, we just this week we launched some mutual marketing campaign together about this new approach and new solution. And we're getting great reception with lots of great feedback. We're about to start some mutual operations together on this front. And it's
great.
Really exciting times.
I saw it. Yeah, amazing.
So it was a very long answer.
Yeah, no, but before we dive into all the fun stuff, just with all my guests, I take it just to give the audience a bit of an idea about who you are, your background, and how you got to being where you are now. I know Forbes 30 under 30, we'll take that. So that's a good achievement. But yeah, talk to us about who you are.
Sure. So I always was fascinated by math and computer science and algorithms and machine learning and deep learning and all this stuff. I really was always eager to learn more, to study, and and eventually to go on and have my own startup and venture and really inventing new stuff. So I did my first degree and then the direct PhD in Israel. Finished it very, very young age, like 23. I finished my PhD in computer science and in the Technion in Israel. I did my army service as every Israeli, 5 years in the naval intelligence and A200. And in the same time I did my PhD, and then I actually graduated and finished my service. And it was clear to me that, as I said, I want to invent, and I want to found my own startup and my own venture. And it was really a great love from first sight with my co-founder, Eyal Yehezkel. We were introduced by a mutual friend. We were immediately had a great chemistry together, and we started to work on Cynamics. And I'm really proud of our achievements and our ability to invent a new field on a daily basis. What we're doing in Cynamics is the first ever sample-based cybersecurity solution. There is no other solution, not in the industry, not in the academy, that is able to do so much from so small data. This combination of network samples, very small samples of the network data, much less than 1% of the data, together with our unique breakthrough AI technologies. Just last week, we published about the first grantings of our patents. We published one of them, actually the second one as well. Already 2 granted the patents out of the 7 filings, as well as 4 papers in the top academic conferences of the world, and lots of additional recognition from the academy and the industry and the Gartner and the Tag Cyber of the world, etc. And so this combination of this network samples with the AI for cybersecurity is unique to Cynamics. And this is a new field we're inventing, and we keep inventing and keep raising the bar on a daily basis, and I'm very proud of this.
Can you give some ideas or some case studies for the problem that you're solving? So I know on your website you do put some of your clients on there. Can you give us an idea about some of the success that you have had and some of the use cases so far?
Absolutely. The number one dream of every CISO and CIO is to have full coverage and visibility of the entire network. Now, the networks are becoming exponentially bigger, larger, and more complex and complicated year after year. The number of devices, the number of endpoints, the number of gateways, the traffic volumes, the architecture, this messy mix between on-premise with private clouds and public clouds, all of this together create a very challenging network environment from one hand. And from the other hand, the network detection and response space hasn't changed much over the last decade. It's still the same approach. Appliances, sensors, probes, and agents, box essentially, that you place in the network, you send as much as data as you can into them, and you let them just analyze it. Now, the thing is that the network is exponentially growing while these boxes are going linearly very slow, and it creates a gap between the network growing and the appliances growing. And this gap is becoming bigger and bigger year after year. And it means that the majority of the network cannot be covered. No one can send all of the network data all the time for these appliances to be analyzed. It's impossible to send each and every packet that is traversing these networks into the appliances to analyze them. And it's really astonishing. According to all the surveys and reports, the reality today is that you can't analyze more than 10% of the network. It's just impossible. Anything more than 10% in a typical case is completely blind spotted. It means 90+% of the network is a one big blind spot with no coverage whatsoever, no visibility, no coverage, no detection and response. And this is the reality, and these numbers are becoming higher and higher, and the issue is becoming bigger and bigger year after year. And now in Cynamics, we're addressing it for the first time. No more compromises, no more having the majority of your network as one big blind spot with no coverage and just calling for attacks to happen. Because for the first time, we collect very small network samples, much less than 1%, but we collect them continuously all the time from all over the network using industry standard sample protocols, which are already there. They are built into whatever network gateways the client is using. Firewalls, switches, physical, virtual, legacy, or cloud. No matter how the network environment and architecture looks like, we can work with. We can sample from it. And we can use our unique AI technologies to learn from these very small samples how the entire network looks like in BF. And this is the huge leap forward that Cynamics provides. Going from this very small samples that we collect to providing you with a full coverage of the entire network at any moment. And by providing this this full coverage and detection response for whatever network size and environment, we are providing our clients with lots of use cases that they could only dream of before using Cynamics. So again, it all starts with this title of network coverage, and it means having the ability to detect and respond and mitigate attacks and threats long before they hit, and getting from Cynamics the very detailed root cause analysis down to the smoking gun of exactly what happened, the IPs, the ports, the connections, what are these information of the attack that need to be addressed. And they can either do it manually or automatically. We can close the loop. We have these integrations, the auto mitigation capability, integrations into third-party mitigation solutions that they already have in the network, such that we can close the loop for them without any overhead, any manual overhead on their side. This is one use case. Another use case is our autonomous assets discovery. From this very small samples, Cynamics is discovering autonomously all of the network assets, like DNS servers, NTP servers, Wi-Fi, smart cameras, and many more. And each one of these assets is getting a dedicated AI-based threat prediction model from Cynamics technology, looking on its behalf, on its network context. So I like to illustrate it as the network threat prediction hierarchy of Cynamics, because we're having our dedicated technology for each one of these layers and levels, for the gateways, for the assets, and for the endpoints at the end. So the full network is being covered by Cynamics.
Love it. Who's like the target client, or who are you targeting? Is it enterprise, mid-market player, or is it a bit of both, I guess, SME as well?
So the technology is very domain agnostic.
Yeah.
And we started from the public sector. Okay. My partner in crime, Eyal, my other co-founder, he has extensive knowledge and experience in this domain,
right.
And we started there. From the public sector, we also expanded to the private sector. We started to work with MSPs and MSSPs and other partnerships as well, and then semi-enterprises and enterprises. And we recently announced our partnership with Merlin Cyber, targeting the federal market in the United States also. So we are very domain agnostic. And now, of course, the NVIDIA partnership, very domain agnostic, small, medium, big, all sizes, all environments, all domains.
Obviously, you've got 2 of the patents of the 7 filed. Well, what's the future for Cynamics? Like, where are we taking this?
So our goal is to become a market leader in the network detection and response space. And with our unique approach and unique technology and this sample-based solution, which is revolutionizing the space, we're having everything we need, and we're well equipped in order to get there. Because the networks are not stopping. They're just becoming more and more complex and complicated, with more volumes, with more data, with more complex and complicated architectures and environments. And this pain of network coverage and visibility and having a full detection and response across the entire network is just becoming bigger and bigger for all kinds of networks and across all domains and all geographies. And the Cynamics approach is the only one that can cope with these technological shifts that the networks are undergoing. And this is how we're going to lead this market eventually.
Yeah. Aviv, I wish you all the best of success with Cynamics, and thanks for coming on.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much.
If you've enjoyed today's show, please like and share with your friends and colleagues, as this is really important for the show's reach. If you'd like to be our next guest or are interested in Aspron Search's staffing solutions, please get in touch directly with me or reach out to us via our website www.aspronsearch.com.